Hi guys, this is Gopinath working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today we are going to see the topic of Hive in Big Data Analytics. So what is meant by Hive and why we are in need of Hive concept and what are all the advantages and limitations in Hive. Let us see one by one. Uh, the first topic is what is Apache Hive. So Hive is a data warehousing system that built on the top of the Hadoop ecosystems. As we all know, in the previous video, you can see that the Hadoop ecosystem. So Hadoop ecosystem, in that Hadoop ecosystem, whereas the Hive is located at the top positions. So it is generally located at the top of the Hadoop ecosystem or in the Hadoop architecture that enables the data analytics at a massive scale. So this in turn allows the user to query and analyzing with the large data sets. It is similar to of using a SQL like language. So we can say that why we are in need of Apache Hive or what is Apache Hive. It is built on top of the Hadoop ecosystems and also similar to is a data warehousing concept, and also it is similar to looks like a SQL like language, that is structured query like language. It enables the user to process large data sets, that is huge number of data sets in Hadoop ecosystem, that is Hadoop distributed file system concept. It will use a SQL like interface, that is SQL like interface in the sense Hive QL, that is Hive query language, that is called as Hive QL. It will also works with the structured data as well as with the unstructured data. So the Hive will translate the queries into map reduce. I already know what is map reduce. It will split the term into two, map and reduce. Map is like it will generate a key value pair as a output. That output will be considered as a input to the reduce method. From that input, the again it will be fine tuned with the reduce method, that is called as map reduce, so that it will make the analyzer, that is the user, to analyze the data very easily. So it will works both with the structured data as well as with the unstructured data. So why we are need of Hive, sir? Why we are in need of Hive in especially in big data analytics? So there are 4 to 6 concepts are there. First one is this SQL like interface, that is SQL like querying. So it will use a similar structured query for insertion operation or updating operation, or for deleting the values in the table. So that it is very easy, and it is also needed for the HiveQL concept, that is Hive query language. And then the scalability. The second one, it can handle huge number of data, that is the petatypes of data, by distributing the queries across multiple nodes. In a Hadoop cluster, there is a huge number, that is petatypes of data. It can able to handle that huge number of data by distributing into various nodes. That is the advantage of using Hive. And second one is schema on red. That is, unlike the normal traditional database, does not need any structured data to process the data. I mean, in order to work with the data, we can able to use or work with the unstructured data as well. That is one of the biggest advantages of, instead the schema, we can also use the querying the data. And then integrating with the Hadoop ecosystem, we can work with wells with the Hadoop tools, HDFS, and then MapReduce concept, and also HBase, and then Spark and Test, etc. And then the optimized performance in the sense, here the modern versions use always Apache Test. So the Apache Spark instead of MapReduce, in order to faster query executions we will use, so that only we can say the optimized performance. And also it supports various file formats, especially with the AVRO, JavaScript object notation, and CSV format, and Excel format, etc. The security features, it supports the authentication, that is the login purpose, who is going to author this, and who is going to log it out, whether this is a secured features, and the Apache ranges and other security tools that is worked with the data governance. And next concept is how Hive works in big data analytics. So normally Hive can it is located in the Apache Hadoop, so it is used similar to SQL. We all know that, but in that we can say the first one is data ingestion. So here the raw data is stored in HDFS or Amazon cloud platform, that is S3, or other distributed storage as well. And the second one is the schema definition, that is tables and partisans are also created using HiveQL, that is similar to SQL concept. Query execution. Yeah, the query can write, I mean the user can write the HiveQL queries which are converted into execution plan. The queries will be similar to the SQL concept, so that it is easier to write the HiveQL query concept. And then the processing engine. Yeah, the query plans are executed using MapReduce type and Apache types or Spark for distributed processing. When I want to distribute the nodes into several nodes, we can use this MapReduce concept or Apache test and the Spark concept, etc. The result storage. Here the processed data can be stored in the HDFS or exported back to the external databases or business intelligence tools or dashboards, etc. The final one, key features of Hive. So what are all the key features here when we are using Hive? Tables and partitions. We can use the table here, and also we can able to partition the data for in order to achieve the better performance. And also indexing and bucketing concepts as well as similar to that of DBMS. So indexing, we can use the table indexings in order to find out the location of the table, and also here we can use the bucketing concept using the hash function. We can able to locate the data and bucketing. You all know that you can study it in that you studied that concept in the DBMS as well. And user defined functions, where user can write the custom functions either in Java or Python, and as well as in the Scala language. And ACID transaction, we can say that ACID transaction, whether I mean that it can support the insert, update, and delete operations in order to manage the data. When it will turns into ACID, whether the transaction has been executed completely or it rollbacks to the starting state. That is the ACID properties. In the real-time processing, by integrating with Apache Spark or Apache Flink, it can support some real-time analytics, not with the data, real-time analytics. And there are some limitations also in Hive. It is not suitable. Main limitation, it is not suitable for real-time processing. That is, it is designed mainly for the batch processing, not for the real-time processing. High latency. And second limitation, high latency. It can take time while splitting the data or distributing the data to various nodes. That is the second drawbacks. And third drawbacks is it supports only limited support it will provide for OLTP, that is online transaction processing. So it is best suited for analytical workload, not for the transactional database. So that's all about the Hive concept. We here today we can see about what is Hive and why we are need of Hive and what are all the key features of Hive and what are some limitations of Hive when working with Hive concepts. Thank you.